Wish I had a camera and get some close-up photos of these guys. Gayan?
I've just got an interesting question from Valerie about the main. She says it seems to be quite lacking. Does this affect his standing with the group? And on top of the affect the chance of mating or finding a mate?
Thanks, Sham. Copy. Valerie, it's an interesting question, especially also mane. The fact that Mr. T doesn't quite have the big mane of the other males in the group probably would affect his mating opportunity to some extent. Again, there can be variables within behavior, but typically research has shown that females normally prefer manes with big manes, males with big manes. There's a lot of similar sounding words in that sentence. So typically females do have lions, just because that obviously is a sign of health and virility, but I'm sure he'll get his opportunities as well. And why I say that is that with these specific males, the Mapogos, they've now taken over such a large territory that there's multiple females, multiple prides in it. And like I said earlier, Mr. T does seem to walk around a little bit more than the other males. So in that, you might also find opportunity every now and again. But I would say if over the next many years of their reign, he will father less cubs than maybe this guy that we're looking at now. Keep in mind, there's obviously, this is actually, it can be a very long discussion, but even if he never gets to mate, and let's say just these two males did almost all the mating and Mr. T never got to actually father cubs, purely by him being part of the coalition, and by him ensuring that lots of cubs grow up, he's still genetically successful. These guys would all be related. Typically coalitions are normally brothers or cousins, so they would normally have the same fathers and maybe different mothers, or even the same mother. So by Mr. T ensuring that the coalition can successfully stay in this territory for a while, he is making sure that at least parts of his genetics are passed on. But again, Valerie, and also for all the rest of everyone that's, I'm sure, fascinated by these lions, unfortunately we get to see so little of them. We normally just get sort of bits of radio talk and a bit of updates from other guys, what they've been up to. So we can't say exactly what the dynamics are of this group. Hopefully over time, over the next few years, we'll be able to have larger access areas so that we can see more consistent behavior from specific animals. 3 very lazy lions. So we have to sometimes speculate a little bit relative to the information we have on these lions, and also relative to what lions typically do. But obviously the best way to see is in the end is to be around their behavior when it happens. Giving us a very lazy peek there. I'm sure everyone's enjoying it. Just from the questions that's come through so far, I really enjoyed them, and also quite a few familiar names. Like I said earlier, morning drivers are very special to me. I love the early mornings, and today is an extra special day in terms of it being so misty, and you can't really call it overcast. It looks like about 30 meters, 40 meters from the ground surface. We're driving around in this mist. It's nice and cool. Again, can't complain about that. We've had some very hot weather lately. And this is a very long build-up to me basically saying we're going to take the morning easy. At the moment, there's no other game drives on the way. There might be one or two game drives joining us now and again, but since we don't really get to see these lions often, we're going to spend time with them. They might be sleeping for a lot of it. They'll pop their heads up every now and again like this guy is doing for us now. But we're just going to have a very sort of almost passive game drive this morning. Spend as much time with these lions as we can. There would be a bit of movement every now and again. So I'm sure you don't mind. Get yourself a cup of coffee or something stronger maybe, depending on where in the world you are, what time zone you're at. But as for the experience, we're all here sitting live at this moment, watching this lion breathe, watching that grass move in the wind. Again, I say this often, but it's something very special, very unique, very fresh and very new that WildEarth is bringing to the possibility of experiencing wildlife. The fact that this is live, the fact that for the next hour they might do nothing else than lie around, or you never know, maybe another male joins them, maybe something comes past that grabs their attention, you never know. And that is what WildEarth do very special. I think it's really exciting. Look at that, big canines. You can see he's missing one of those front teeth. The little ones in between the canines. The canines mainly there to grip. In other words, if they're fighting, obviously it's a big tool or a big weapon. But if they're hunting as well, it just allows them to get a very strong grip into the throat or onto the throat of whatever animal they're hunting. Or sometimes even right into the spinal cord. Large canine teeth for feeding. They've got teeth further into the back of the jaw, sort of where our molars are, relatively speaking. They've got carnassial shears, very sharp teeth, act like scissor blades for them to cut into tissue when they're feeding. But the sharp end of the line certainly are those canines. It's one of the reasons we don't mess with them too much. But he's going to walk. Let's see where he goes. Bit of a stretch. Maybe he's just going to go bond with his coalition partner a bit. That's the nice lines, Erickson. Yeah. You can see you don't want to mess with these boys. I'm just going to move forward slightly. I think he's walking over to Mr. T. The other lion's just walking over there. Let's just have a look at this guy. I'm sure he might follow. Oh, they're nice looking cats. Mobile, third still lying down, heading south towards Sandy Patch from the firebreak.
The two Mapogo blocked the road, so that's why I'm taking back towards the west part of it.
Yeah, shove him for no one to enjoy. Is that able there? No. It's another mover, huh?
Like Aubrey.
Okay. So, Abel, come back. So I'm not quite sure, maybe I misunderstood you, because I think Aubrey just joined you. I saw another mover coming from the south.